is that the Tyson Fury is trying to settle that. Like that's confirmed, that's done, that's happening. But I hear Tyson Fury saying, well, if he wants me to step aside, you know what, maybe I'd rather face Joshua than him. Joshua, assuming that he can't get the victory in December, he's talking about, well, wait, and then maybe I'll face one of you guys. Now where are we at with this round robin?
There's no round robin. It's just December the 7th against Andy Ruiz. You know, that's the only thing that matters. You know, Deontay Wilder had his chance for the undisputed fight, and he never talks about it then. Now all of a sudden, he's talking about that undisputed fight. You know, don't worry about that. All he's got to do is try and beat Andy Ruiz. That's all that matters right now. So that's the biggest fight of the year. We hope it's the best fight of the year, but the world will be watching and everyone will be on the edge of their seats to see who is victorious and becomes the king of the division.
While I was there, I ran into Leonard Ellerby.
What do you have to say?
He said you were fucking stupid. In reference to even making that Ruiz fight in the first place, of course you don't want your fighter to lose.
Yeah, but it's great, isn't it, right? So you make a fight like Ruiz-Joshua, everyone goes, what a joke, right? Oh, what's this joke fight? It's another gimme fight for Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz wins. Oh, Eddie Hearn was mad taking that fight. Like, well, he should never have taken that fight. It's like, look, when you make world-class fights against world-class fighters, you can get beat, and he got beat. At the end of the day, Joshua got beat. He's got to try and beat him again, you know. And it's weird that you get to a stage where you lose, and then you're in a fight that's 5 times bigger. You know what I mean? So people just love to see great fights. People love to see anticipated fights, and Joshua Ruiz is one of the most anticipated fights. If people like Leonard say that we're stupid, but what does he want me to do? Just make fights that AJ can never lose? Well, that's not good for boxing, is it? You know?
Those are the words of Eddie Hearn in reference to the Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Andy Ruiz saga. Okay. Now, Deontay Wilder, like he said, he's right. He had his chance. He had so many opportunities. He had so many contracts that were sent over. He had everything on the silver platter, and all he had to do is accept it. He didn't want to. He blamed it on the $50 million. He blamed it on loyalty, right? He didn't even care about the belts at one point. So it was like, if you reverse that, and this was Anthony Joshua to say, I don't even care about the WBC belt, what are we even talking about? That's a duck. Okay, now you're saying you don't care about the WBC belt. Why? Because Deontay Wilder has it? That's what people would say. Let's face it. That's what it would have been. If that would have been Anthony Joshua saying, man, I don't even care about the WBC. No, that's what he wanted, because he was almost there, because he had one puzzle piece missing in order to become undisputed. Someone like Lennox Lewis. You know what I mean? Someone like that accomplished back in the day. You know, very few has accomplished being undisputed world champion of the world. So, back to Fury. Fury saying like, hey, maybe I want to fight Anthony Joshua, and maybe not you. Maybe that fight will be the reality. Maybe we'll go down in Wembley. Who knows? Because there's no guarantee that Deontay Wilder, first of all, will beat Luis Ortiz. He's favorite, but there's no guarantee. Second, who's to say Tyson Fury might box him for 12 rounds? You know what I mean? That's one of those things that people don't understand. People talking about the Otto Wallin fight, and, you know, of course, Deontay Wilder, we'll talk about that fight, but then that's not Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is not 6'5". He's not a southpaw. He's not a pressure fighter. He's nothing like Otto Wallin. Okay, so he can't compare himself to a guy like that. You know, the only thing he was undefeated. That's the only thing they did have in common. You know, and as far as Anthony Joshua himself, he has to worry about Andy Ruiz, not these other two guys. These other two guys are constantly worried and talking about Anthony Joshua as though Anthony Joshua is the whole kit and caboodle. He's this guy that, you know, that is like centered around the heavyweight division, which he kind of is. You know what I mean? He's just tied into a rematch right now. Him along with Andy Ruiz. It's not just Anthony Joshua no more. It's Anthony Joshua and it's Andy Ruiz. These guys got to fight again. And like Eddie Hearn said, you will be at the edge of your seat wondering who the fuck will win this fight. What will really happen through all the talk, through all those theories, through all the rumors, through all everything. Who will really want it more? That's what it comes down to in the sport, okay? We're not talking about a lucky punch like Lennox Lewis. We're not talking about any of that. We're talking about a guy that hurt a guy that went in for the kill, that got hurt again, that got hurt again, and got hurt again. That's what we're looking at, okay? So after that came a lot of other stuff, you know? And just, it is a big mystery. And it is, like Eddie Hearn says, this is the biggest fight of the year. We can try to deny it. Sean Porter and Errol Spence is probably one of the, best fights of the year, fighter of the year. But the most anticipated is Ruiz Joshua 2. No doubt about it. Okay? So, like Eddie Hearn says, if that fight and Joshua said it himself, if this fight was a regular fight, it would have knocked out Ruiz in the third round, went out there and knocked him out in the third. Nobody would give a shit. Anthony Joshua's stock wouldn't rose. So I do agree. Oddly, I agree. Because Anthony Joshua losing gained him more fans, okay, than actually winning. Because now people want to know and interested to see what he's going to do for a comeback. And it's crazy that the haters of Joshua, it's real. The haters of Joshua, these guys that, oh yeah, I told you he wasn't ready. I told you he wasn't built for this. I told you he wasn't this, that, and the other. He was all hype. He wasn't a true champion and all this, right? But then people want to see him. People can't shut up talking about him. People want to interview him, right? That's what happened. And everybody wants Joshua to fail. A lot of people do, but a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? Because again, he showed that he got off the canvas 4 times. So, at the end of the day, he's going to have to prove himself to the current unified heavyweight champion of the world, and that's Andy Ruiz. Okay? So, oddly enough, AJ losing made more buzz than him actually winning. And that's the phenomenon about it. You guys tell me what you think about Eddie Hearn's comments. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.